I'm Audette, president of RKG. Today we're going to be talking to you about SEO for product variations. So different product types, sizes, colors, that sort of thing. How do you handle those and what's the best way to handle those for SEO? So there's a few different ways that you can go about this. We're going to run through three of them, our primary three recommendations. But first of all, before we get into that, always look at your own business first. Look at what your business goals are, look at your analytics, and then make a decision for how to handle that based on that. So that said, let's get to it. First of all, first recommendation is to have everything just available in the interface. So rather than having unique URLs for different colors, for example, or different sizes, to actually just place those in the interface as hovers via maybe something like Ajax or JavaScript or even CSS, where you can hover over a different color to show that color, but the URL doesn't change at all. It just stays the same. And that has a lot of advantages. For one, you've got inherent canonical URL there. An inherent canonical URL. The URL doesn't change, so you don't have a situation where you have duplication across different product variations. So that's pretty nice. You only need one rel canonical tag, just self-referencing on that, rather than having a bunch of different variations that need rel canonical tags because people are linking to those and splitting that link equity. That's not going to be a concern here. A site that does this really, really well is REI. So check out how they do it. I think it's a really elegant solution. It's not always right for every business, so what's another way to handle it? Well, number two, and this was actually pointed out to me in the blog comments of our article on this, is to have different unique URLs for each product variation and then use rel canonical tags to point those back to a primary ranking URL or a sort of agnostic version or maybe one that's most popular for that product set that becomes the ranking candidate. So all the different variations exist. They have nice URLs that can be shared. People can copy that, send it to mom, share it on social and say, hey, I really like this, size extra, extra, extra large green hoodie or whatever. That's a nice user experience, and using rel canonical on all those then allows all that equity to get sorted and consolidated down to one primary candidate. The problem there, some of the challenges can be in finding out, okay, which one becomes a ranking candidate. How do you choose that one? But that can be sorted out. The third option is, it's much like the second. You've got a lot of URLs for variations that are all kind of dedicated unique URLs, but instead of using rel canonical on those to shoot back to a primary agnostic or a ranking candidate, instead you just use self-referencing rel canonical tags on those and you let those rank themselves too. So that's a situation where you may have a lot of search volume and your data may show that people are coming in looking for specific colors, model numbers, sizes, or whatever it is. And in those cases, you want those in search results and you want to rank for those. And so that has a lot of viability too. So those are the three primary strategies. It's put it in the interface is probably our favorite recommendation, and one primary URL. Second is to have specific variation URLs for each variation, but then rel canonical back to a ranking candidate version. The third is to have specific URLs for all the variations and just to keep those as self-referencing canonical so that they don't reference back one primary candidate that they can also rank in search results. So those are the three recommendations. Please check out the blog post that I did about this. It goes into a lot of detail, a lot of depth. I'm sure you'll have questions, comments, and I would love your insight and feedback into how you're handling it. So hit me here and I'll be watching that. And in the meantime, SEO safe.
RKG.